What is happening, everyone? The Mix is back and in full effect. I'm your host, Justin Woodward, founder of The Mix, as well as Black Voice in Gaming and indie team in Terabang Entertainment. The Mix is a team who works with developers, publishers, and game enthusiasts to shed light on the folks who make games and support the culture surrounding game development and the industry. I want to welcome you to the Poznan Game Arena Showcase, where we are going to share some of the sweetest indie games from Eastern Europe that will be appearing in the PGA located in Poland that pops off this week. If you didn't know, I'm going to tell you, Poland has become a staple in the industry with millions of games sold and hundreds of games developed in the region each year from their own titles, their own content, as well as development partnerships with teams in Japan, Britain, and the US, and anywhere and everywhere in between. The PGA is the largest show of its kind for Central and Eastern Europe, soon approaching its 20th year anniversary and over 600,000 visitors attending the show from worldwide. The Mix is participating and partnering with the PGA for our first online showcase that will hopefully spark off more to come. Over the years, we have worked with a number of developers and publishers in the region who have shared their games online and in person. With this showcase, we are going to show a few up-and-coming games that will be demoing at the PGA this week. To show love to the games in this showcase, we have teamed up with Valve. Once again, they are super awesome, for a Steam event page where you will find these games and more that you can wishlist and play their demos. You can also buy them when they're ready. The developers will appreciate it for sure. We want to say thanks to the PGA team, PlayStation, Steam, IGN, GameSpot, and Experience Studios for their continued support of the development community and the Mix in general. Make sure to follow us for more game content, showcases, and trailers for our events. This one and others in the past on YouTube at Media Indie Exchange, everywhere else on Media Indie Exchange, on X or Twitter at Indie Exchange for sure. Now that you have heard some of the history and highlights of the PGA, let's jump into some of the first games for this showcase with an updated trailer and gameplay from one of the OG Dwarfs. Go to the 9 levels of hell with the game with masterful art and amazing gameplay, and try not to hop on the third rail while strategically adjusting the tracks in a fun and cozy puzzle game. Let's spark it off.
Creating a new IP is very risky but so interesting. Hello friends, I'm Arthur from Edmo Studios, and today I'm going to talk about a brand new title, Dumbriel. Dumbriel is an action-adventure Souls-like Metroidvania, which features fully hand-painted dynamic environment of hell, engaging combat system, and physics-based mechanics. In the process of work, we implemented many interesting ideas. And they are also the challenges, because working on a new game always requires a lot of willpower and dedication. After a lot of work and brainstorming, we came up with a game concept and mechanics, and moved into the active development phase. Completing the visual style and game design document allowed us to create the first demo version of the game. And now, I'm very proud to share one of our first gameplay footages. And one more thing, guys, don't forget to wishlist our game. See you next time.
Hi there, I'm Aim, the marketing lead at Triple Topping, and we're excited to show you some brand new gameplay from Dead Pets Unleashed. Dead Pets Unleashed is a narrative game about a struggling punk rock band, giving it their last chance to try and make it big before they call it quits on their dream. Today, we're premiering footage from some of our favourite minigames that we're excited to show you. Experience band practice through a rhythm game, where you play one of 6 original punk rock songs. Each band practice has a unique enemy you're fighting, reflecting the themes of the episode. If you've played our demo, you might be familiar with our Diner Dash minigame, where you play as the protagonist, Gordy, working at her day job. You can play this minigame as often as you'd like to earn money, but to change it up, there are a lot of different versions of this game. In one episode, Gordy has to visit the dentist, and her teeth issues follow her around everywhere, including to work. In a brand new minigame, Gordy tries her hand at a data entry desk job, but things don't go as smoothly as she'd like. Next, we have a teeth flossing minigame, as we know how much everyone always remembers to do this in real life. Have you ever wondered what the inside of a uterus looks like during the menstrual cycle? We can't speak to how accurate this minigame is, but we sure loved making it. Bounce eggs around the inside of the uterus in a version of pinball you've never seen before. We're so proud of the minigames that we've made in Dead Pets Unleashed. Thank you so much for watching our new gameplay, and be sure to check out our demo with episodes 1 and 2 out now on Steam and Xbox.
The title of First Dwarf, not just an honor, but a burden. A brave heart chosen to find a new beginning for his kin. The previous hero disappeared, and his legacy was forgotten. Now it's True's time, a dwarf longing to restore his father's name. But he's not alone. Ragna, the scholar dragon, stands by his side. Her wisdom counters society's bias against her scaly kind. Together, harnessing the power of the mech, they'll shape the land for a new dwarven dawn. They will discover the magical flying islands and harvest the richness of diverse lands. Together, they will build new colonies. They will develop their skills and craft gear, which will be useful in fighting tainted enemies and defending the base. They will survive this story together or alone. The fate of Driftland lies in your hands.
Railbound is a comfy puzzle game about a pair of dogs traveling by train and repairing connections. In each of the game's puzzles, you must lay down train tracks so that each car safely connects to the main engine. You need to watch out, because your supply of tracks is limited. However, you can place, remove, undo and restart as much as you like, so there is no need to hurry. Each new area in Railbound introduces new vistas and challenges, such as railguards that stop cars, passengers you need to pick up, or service wagons that can help or hinder you. Thanks to the recent birthday update, Railbound now has over 240 puzzles waiting for you, along with numerous accessibility features and improvements we've added to the game. You can play it right now on Steam, mobile and other platforms. We hope you will give it a try and have a great time playing Railbound.
Dear Victor, a feeling of déjà vu washed over me upon receiving your last telegram. Yet again, you're off traveling to some distant lands, while I stay here nursing the hope you will one day visit us in Warsaw. I miss the old days when things seemed so simple. Even if we already knew back then, we may never be truly free. I long for the chance to show you how much our city has changed. To let you hear all these different languages that now echo down the streets we once aimlessly wandered together. Yet all that is mere fantasy. The past is gone, never to return, it seems. Just like you, my dear brother, who risks his life in search of otherworldly beings and their hosts. Sometimes I think it is for the best that I do not share this gift with you and Papa. Maybe that's why I can see things more clearly, just as they are. Therefore, I beg you, Victor, come back to us and reconcile with your father. You never know when it will be too late. Affectionately, your sister, Ligia.
And welcome back. Yo, Dumbriel is looking very slick, and one of the first games from up-and-coming game developer Mad Moa. I cannot wait for that Metroidvania. Keep throwing those games from that genre our way. I will eat them up. We have had Dead Pets Unleashed at other showcases, which is looking fun and mechanically sound, and I cannot wait to get my hands on the Thaumaturge from 11-Bit Studios. Hopefully I'm saying that name correctly. Don't get mad at me. I remember when we were sharing their game Frostpunk for the first time and some of their other games, and this one looks Sacrifier. Also, make sure to check out the PGA Mix Steam event page for more info about the games. Wishlist them so you could grab them as they are available. It definitely helps out the devs. For our second half and final segment, we are going to do a few reveals and new trailers, as well as gameplay from up-and-coming titles such as Invincible, and yet another set of interesting games from curiously ambiguous titles. We also are fortunate to have an interview with Jacob from the PGA who talks about the history of the PGA and game development in Poland. Without further ado, let's keep going.
Not a pretty sight to see. Someone losing their mind. Especially if it's your own.
Hi there, I'm Sarah from Label This, and welcome to The Gap. The Gap started out in 2016 as a student project by a two-person team from Slovenia, with the thought that traversing the multiverse would be a great base mechanic for solving a mystery. We explored the idea of deja vu sensation equaling a quantum jump, which also turned out to be an intriguing scientific theory in real life. Since deja vu is memory-based, the game started revolving around one's memory. Hippocampus, for example, is a vital part of our brain responsible for processing long-term memory. Hippocampus also means seahorse, which can be seen throughout the game. Any illness or injury to the hippocampus can, however, lead to the loss of our autobiography. This actually impacts the Gap's protagonist, Joshua, enabling the players to better identify with him and immerse themselves in the story, since the player knows just as much as the main character. These memory gaps are also where the title for our game originates from. It started with the Slovenian word vrzel, which literally translates to the gap. You can bridge these gaps in memory by solving some puzzles and exploring the environment, which also includes some Easter eggs, like strumming the guitar, or playing hide-and-seek with Botsy. Just be prepared to lose. In any case, you can try it all out pretty soon. The Gap is coming to PC and consoles on October 19th. Oh, and don't identify with Joshua too much just yet.
Oh, don't tell me you forgot.
Remember to wishlist or pre-order The Gap. Thanks!
What is happening? We are with Jacob from the PGA. The Poznan, did I say that correctly?
Poznan, yeah.
Poznan Game Arena, which is the largest entertainment multimedia expo in Central Eastern Europe, home of amazing game developers such as CG Projekt Red, Techland, All In Games, 11-Bit, Flying Wild Hog, People Who Could Fly. All of these developers have been in mixed showcases in the past, and amazing games coming from the area. I remember when Frostpunk came out, the latest Shadow Warrior, obviously like Cyberpunk, and a lot of the developers that we work with and throughout the world work with GOG. Can you tell us about the PGA and the impact that it has in the culture of Polish development?
Well, PGA, together with Game Industry Conference, is the main meeting place for the industry. So if you want to meet them, they are usually here. If they want to meet each other, discuss, exchange gossip, exchange information about releases, new tricks to hit the market, that's the place. It's also a very important place to showcase games. There is plenty of gamers coming to the show every year that want to see some new games, that want to see some cool stuff. So every developer that wants to hit Polish market should be here. And Polish market is very important market for PC gaming. We play plenty of strategy game, plenty of simulation games. So it's very important place for that kind of things of entertainment.
Can you talk a little bit about the landscape of developers in Poland in general? It's just so rich, so many engineers. Kind of what is your take since you were born from that kind of cloth?
Well, I'm actually doing numbers for Polish games industry, doing research and reports, so I can share you those things quite easily. Our last report from half a year ago, we counted there that we have 500 studios and publishers in Poland. That's quite a lot. And there is more than 15,000 people working quite directly in game production in Poland. That's actually the moment in time and space where Poland is the bigger game producer than Germany, for example. In Europe, obviously, Great Britain is bigger, France is similar. So yeah, we're a powerhouse of game production. You named some of those famous big players. Sure, we have them. And then we have around 400 of awesome indie studios trying to develop something cool for the gaming community everywhere.
That's great. 400. You said like all in all, like it's around 500, right?
So it's around 500, but there is also a group of publishers in that number. So if we have some publishers are both publishers and developers. If we would like to have developers only, that would be probably like 450, something like that.
The last question, what are the goals of the PGA and where are you taking the PGA now and in the future?
Well, the goals are mostly to bring people together, because where people are together, great things are happening. So we need to bring together gamers and studios. So gamers see games and studios have some feedback or can observe how the games are played. We need to bring together studios and media. That's obvious. We need to bring together studios and investors, and plenty of that is happening. The events are growing. PGA is almost back to their record numbers from before COVID. Game Industry Conference, I think actually 2022 was already the biggest ever. So we also want to build some kind of regional hub. As you said, it's the biggest event in Central and Eastern Europe. Usually I say it's in Europe the biggest east of Cologne. Obviously Gamescom is bigger, but there is nothing similar east of Cologne. And it's actually half a Europe. It's big region. So we want to somehow propagate those things that we are doing, those things that we are providing to the rest of the region, especially to Central and Eastern Europe. There is more developers there. Not all of those countries were as lucky as Poland was. So maybe we should be the elder brother and help some other countries, help some other industries. We do that kind of things. We do have that kind of programs. And one of those maybe best known is Central and Eastern European Game Awards happening in Poznan Game Arena and Geek every year for 5 years right now. And we're doing that right now, this year, right?
Yes, it's really awesome. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to check everything out, check out the games, communicate with the folks there. We work with a lot of them, so I really appreciate it. And thanks for hopping on this interview. Where can we find out more about the PGA?
You should go to the website gamearena.pl, PL like Poland, Game Arena like Game Arena, and there will be most of the information about the show, and you will find all the useful stuff that you need to know to attend, how to get tickets, how to get there, but also what games will be shown on the expo floor.
Yes, for sure. Well, thank you so much. This has been like a really dope conversation, very informative. I hope everybody got something out of this, and you got to definitely check out the PGA. I'll talk to you soon, Jacob. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike from Pixelated Milk, studio based in Warsaw, Poland, and I'm the producer of Sacrifier. Sacrifier is a modern JRPG-inspired game which tells the story of Ezekiel Raiden, the elite warrior of the church, who finds himself in the middle of a centuries-long war between gods and demons. Our goal is to bring back nostalgic elements from classics like Vagrant Story or Xenogears and combine them with contemporary storytelling and quality of life improvements. Sacrifier is a journey to a world that merges elements of both fantasy and science fiction, visible in technology, architecture, and decorations. Our game will let you explore Antioch, a sprawling medieval city with multiple districts built upon peaks of huge stalagmites in gigantic underground cave. You will also travel to the spirit world of Erebus, with its sacred gardens, idyllic forests, secret caves, and the danger waiting around every corner. You will take part in various quests, solve environmental puzzles, play a card minigame, collect fantastic creatures, and meet lovable characters, each with their own personality, backstory, and motivations.
Show me the way to my father who is lost.
In between, you will test your skills in battles against all sorts of demonic creatures and bosses, using our combat system that merges real-time and turn-based styles. We put a lot of work into the visual presentation of the game. From hand-drawn, retro-style pixel art characters and environments, to modern digital effects for lighting, reflections, or magical spells. By blending 2D pixel art assets with 3D models, we want to give you a unique feeling of exploration, whether you roam crowded city streets or run through dungeons. On top of that, Sacrifier features the soundtrack composed by legendary Motoi Sakuraba, known from creating music for the Tales series, Star Ocean, or Dark Souls. With Sacrifier, we aim to deliver a beautiful adventure that feels simultaneously nostalgic and modern.
Hi, this is Vojta from Oxymoron Games. We are working on a turn-based strategy game, Silence of the Siren. In this video, you will see a Saurian commander who uses special abilities of his units to defeat a powerful opponent.
Hello everyone, my name is Mateusz and I'm a designer working on yet another fantasy title game. It's been a year since we announced our game and we are grateful for the interest and support that we received during this time. However, it's time to share something new about the game and the progress of our work. We rapidly approach the beta. At this moment, all quests can already be completed. However, we are still preparing additional mechanics, tasks, activities, and areas of the map. Undoubtedly, one of the most important elements in our game is combat. In our game set in fantasy world, we of course focus on magic. We also have big machines and big bosses. In just a few days during the PGA trade show, we'll hand over the game demo for players the first time. We are counting on feedback to make a game even better. We are planning to release a public demo on Steam platform during the Steam Next festival around January. Stay with us and follow on our social channels. See you!
And we are, of course, back. Yo, Unbroken has a classic vibe where it utilizes some pixelated effects with contemporary lighting and rendering, along with animation and atmosphere that is top notch. Love that ingenuity in the space. I was also able to check out Invincible, or The Invincible, early this year, which is looking like a terrifying thriller with out-of-this-world production values. Congratulations for making that happen. We showcased Sacrifice at the Guerrilla Collective this past summer, which has a vagrant story octopath traveler with an interesting vibe and perspective on the RPG genre. Check out all those games when they come out. Thanks to Jacob for hopping on the call and interviewing with us, and his team for really supporting devs in general and in Poland. We need to do all of our best and our part to work with the developers in our area and network with other areas, because we all make amazing games and can learn as well as help and cultivate the culture together. All the games in this showcase are very good representations of the art and game development that is represented in coming out of Poland and Eastern Europe. And it's awesome to team up with the PGA to put this showcase together. Once again, we have teamed up with Valve to showcase our stream on their platform in order to support the devs. So make sure to hop on the Steam page to check out the latest and greatest games on the showcase, as well as others who will be present at the PGA. Follow the devs, check out the previous titles, buy their games, all of that stuff. Also, salute to the developers who participated in this showcase. We look forward to working with you in the future. Coming up in a few weeks, we are going to get spooky with a Halloween season themed team up with Dread XP for some great publisher content where we're going to be sharing blood-curdling, nightmare-fueled games. So stay tuned for that, and there's more info on that coming up. Showcase coming October 19th, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Also, thanks to our team, Abe, Travis, Joel, Mary, Nat, Matt, Timmy, everybody involved, all of the developers, you guys for tuning in. You are all awesome. Big shout out to you. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to follow the developers you like through their socials. You could find all of the games on our website, MediaIndieExchange.com, and check us out on X/Twitter at IndieExchange. Also, make sure to hit the bell and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Media Indie Exchange and our Twitch with the same handle. Again, my name is Justin Woodward, co-founder of The Mix, BVIG, Terabang Entertainment, BGDF, all of that stuff. We will see you soon. We love you guys. Peace.